Sunday early morning. I just cleaned my front windscreen for better video. Not better, not more exciting necessarily, but the quality will be better.
The Ultimo Stile experience is all about embracing the true complexity of owning a classic sports car and using it. I try my best to present everything as readily usable while still retaining the full value and quality.
The homologation file, start of the season.
And if you get it, I love it.
Walking around the parking lot here on the other side, the second class parking lot, looking for Lars Nissen and his Julia. He's promised me a lap, and how I see him. Wonderful. Ready?
Now, as you may recall, Lars and his 1300 Julia was part of the group that drove to the Nürburgring using the main roads.
Så har vi det lige med skifter lidt til
Right. Yeah, I know Lars. He's not going to take it easy. I have seen the way he drives his Alfa 156, and he's taking part in the Scuderia Hanseat driver seminar, and he really knows his way around the track. So I'm a bit excited. I'm sure he's going to show us the good line.
Jeg elsker bare den balance der rundt i svingen. Det var den lige, så den sætter sig. Det er det skønneste ved den her bil.
Også selv ud over.
Ja. Det kan være, at han har lige så stor motor som dig. Der fik han der plads der, og det kan han da ikke klage over.
Nej. Men du ved, lige op til et sving, så skal man blinke til venstre for at indikere, at man gerne vil forbi. Ikke? Altså, det er jo noget pjat.
Ja. Det er arrogant skiderik.
Ja.
Det er jo også mod at have en bil, der ikke har flere hestekræfter. Ikke? Altså man skal virkelig holde hovedet koldt på den måde.
Man skal holde øje med det trafikken.
Ej, det er en lejebil.
Og der er en kone ude og tage billeder af autoværn.
Ja, der bliver folk også nærmest aggressive, hvis man kører over og tager linjen, ikke?
Ja, ja. Så kan man se nogle naturer.
Ja. Det er en dejlig bred landevej, vi har her.
Ja, ja, ja.
Jeg er ikke bjergene.
På en 110 stykker eller sådan.
Ja, ja.
10-15 stykker.
Ja.
Så er det her, man godt kan mærke, at der er to.
Ja.
Kommer der en ringtaxi.
En mere. Nå, så er der kamp. Man kører begge til venstre, man var en bræk.
Så lader vi lige den der smut forbi, så.
Dejlig undervogn.
Ja, den er høj nok til at tage karusellen.
Ja, ja. Jeg tror ikke, han tænkte særlig meget.
Han møvede sig bare ikke.
Han må gerne. Og han kører der vist på stabilitetsprogrammet, der.
bare slippe speederen.
Nå ja, men jeg bremser også der, som projekt er venligt.
Jamen, jeg kører jo ikke så stærkt.
Ja, okay.
Så jeg behøver ikke at bremse. Jeg skal bare lige lidt på speederen. Så, det var det.
Det var det. That was good. Das war gut.
This is me driving down the Duttinger Høje, ending another lap, and driving up to the barrier right on the Duttinger Høje. There's a barrier if you want to go on consecutive laps. We use this magnetic card here to get granted access. And then it's all about mingling into the traffic from the main barriers. And what I'm trying to do is to simulate driving a long distance race on the Nürburgring. I want to see if the car can actually stand this the stress of consecutive laps. So I'm driving onto the track again here directly, and I'll let you know what's going on inside my head as we take this lap of the Nürburgring. This is much like arriving down the Duttinger Høje at full tilt at the Antoniusbrücke bridge here. I tried that a couple of years ago actually in my baton on a track day. And here I'm approaching the Tiergarten chicane, made in 1967 for the Formula 1 Grand Prix. It's really a real twisty bits section. Straight ahead is the Grand Prix circuit, but we are turning right here and starting the Hatzenbach section. I go over the hill here in third gear and brake hard. This is a slow corner, a tight apex, and oops, my bag opened. And I accelerate up through fourth gear and go to the left here, and after the 2 kilometer sign I turn in without braking much and accelerate hard for the little S's here. I can brake in the middle section here and go to third gear, and all the turns in the Hatzenbach section are taken by late apexing, cutting behind the corners, nice and easy without braking. And then across this straight here into the Hochreichen downhill S's here, leading on to a very fast section of the track, actually the fastest. We are approaching Quiddelbacher Höhe, where the cars used to lift off, and just after the jump here there's a road here, and I turn in and take both turns as one big right hand sweeper. I can continue here in the middle of the road, or the left side here, and going into the Swedenkreuz section. I have to mind the fast cars. There's a very fast Golf. I have to brake hard here in this straight before going over the hill, because I need a light throttle in order to control the car, and now hard on the brakes. Down into third gear, late turn in and late apex, and hard on the gas, and we dive into the Fuchsröhre, or the foxhole. This is the snaky section that Jackie Stewart actually mentions when he talks about the green hell. Oh, there's a yellow light and we have to slow down. Somebody went off the track. There. It's a Honda or something. We're now in Adenauer Forst. It's a couple of bends that get tighter and tighter, and they don't show a green flag, but it's common knowledge here that you just go easy for a while and then you give it some gas. This is Metzgesfeld, and I brake for a bit here to stabilize the car and take this as a big sweeper, and then brake and shift down to third gear over Kallenhardt, or the entry to Kallenhardt actually. This is a tricky section in damp conditions. It can be very slippery. Late turn in here and downhill, hard downhill towards the city of Adenau. I've caught up with these cars, and it's a bit difficult for me in my low-powered old car here, because they have much more horsepower than me. But I'll have to find a way. Now we are approaching Wehrseifen, a chicane that usually stresses my brakes, but I'm driving quite slow behind these cars, so I have time to negotiate it in a nice and smooth way. Now, what should I do? And he's indicating, and I can overtake. Hard on the gas, and hoping that my brakes and my down change will function right. And here's a slow Mercedes. He obviously doesn't know the track so well, but he's got much more power than me, so I expect him to outpace me. And away he is. After Exmühle we are going uphill. This is actually the place where Niki Lauda burned his ears many years ago. And we are going deep into Bergwerk here, just rolling along these cobblestones and hard on the gas. I don't expect those two cars to be in the way. Okay, but when he's slowing down, I'll just sneak past him here and follow the other one. And there's a kick coming up and he's braking. I'll just go past him here. And in my mirror there's a motorcycle. Oops. I could almost hear his swearing through his helmet, and away he is. This is Kesselchen, and it's steep uphill, and it's all ruined for me because of the traffic, but it's okay. Now we're approaching Angstkurve, and I have to shift down to fourth gear and accelerating, and over to the left for the Klostertal. Tight corner here, it's a bit tricky over the ridge. And then we come up to Steilstreckenkurve, the hairpin leading up to the carousel. Late apex here at the loudspeaker mast. And then a straight line, if possible, up to the carousel. Changing into third gear and turning in at the end of the curbs. And it's a bumpy trip around this carousel. And then accelerate hard. Usually somebody catches you here, and yes, there's one of those impatient Audis. They're about to win the 24-hour Le Mans race as we drive this lap actually. And up over Hohe Acht. This is a fourth gear stretch, but I'm a bit slow here, but usually it's fourth gear and nice and easy downhill here into Hedvigshöhe. Over to the left here by the flag post. And nice and easy, stabilize, and through Wippermann. a tight S. And usually I would go down to third gear here and have enough space, but there's somebody on my right side. That's not really allowed. And another one. And another one. They must be friends or something. Okay, keep it easy and down through Brunchen. Lots of spectators. Let's give them some show. Late turn in, apex at the loudspeaker mast here, and gas it up to Eiskurve. Nice and easy over the ridge here on the right. There's a tower for the television transmission from next week's 24-hour race at the Nürburgring. Now the Pflanzgarten opens up as a straight line if you get over to the right, and the turn is nice and easy here. I usually dive into the right here, but there's some roadworks this weekend, so I'll have to take another line. Over the edge of the second Pflanzgarten jump and into fifth gear and into the open. We're approaching a very tough corner on the approach to Schwalbenschwanz. It's difficult to find the exact turn in, but I'll take this in fifth gear and align myself with the curb, shifting out to third gear and going over the ridge here, and aligning myself for the little carousel, the second Schwalbenschwanz corner. Keep it tight in order to get out in a right direction, and accelerating for the last corner around the Galgenkopf hill. Turn in at the end of the curb and an apex, and then stay out until you get to the flag post.
That was 2 consecutive laps, a two lap stint, and it was terrible. It's so hot, and the car is running okay, but it's really, the tires are getting soft, and there were so many accidents that there was so much to pay attention to. So I need a rest now. I have 3 more laps on this kart. Let's see how it goes. It's 3:30 now, and it's open until 7 in the evening. And in the evening, it will all loosen a bit. People will go home, and the heat will go away.
Jeg så ikke engang til
My tires have been holding on very, very well. You can see I'm using them all around the edges, and they're squealing a lot. 2.2 bar, but it seemed to be just right, front and rear. And the brakes weren't even hot when I came in, and the tire pressure was kept at a quite stable 2.2. So I'm ready for another day at the races tomorrow at Spa-Francorchamps. See you there.